okay. I mean, you could cut this. You can make this part later.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say I'm for tofu. I don't eat it every day, but I do think it's healthier. I'm not saying it tastes better. It has the potential to because it absorbs.
It has the potential to. That's where we. Okay, hold on. That's where we were at the beginning.
Same thing with beef.
You said
it has the potential to taste great, but like if you eat it regularly, like you just put no fucking seasoning on it and you just cook it.
You still gonna get some flavor off that shit. Like you gonna get some flavor off beef, like without cooking
beef.
Nothing. Right.
Okay.
And water.
With that logic, right? Mm. If tofu is a replacement of beef, can't chicken be a replacement of beef?
No.
Can't pork be a replacement of beef?
No, not at all. That's too. You can't say a meat is a replacement of meat.
Meat.
Yes, meat in general. The whole industry. The whole industry of the whole industry as a whole is the tofu is trying to replace meat.
Listen to this, bro. Is beef the same texture as chicken? No. But they're still substitutes because they're both meats, right? But you can either have beef or you have chicken.
No, they're not substitutes.
But you can have tofu because they also have protein. All three things have protein.
They're more like synonyms instead of substitutes. Beef and chicken. That would be more like a meat synonym. Like they're the same meat.
So you're saying.
But for tofu.
You're saying a bird is compared to a mammal.
No.
So that's a synonym, right? That's a synonym, right?
Okay, yes, it is a synonym because I'm saying, in terms of what they both can produce, is the same thing. Meat. They can both produce meat, but you can't say a rock and a bird are the two different things because the rock is gonna produce a mineral and the bird gonna produce a meat.
First of all, rocks are not even living.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
Tofu is, because it literally comes from the soybean plant. It's a plant.
It comes from the bean. It comes from the bean. The bean isn't living. The bean is not living. The plant is living. The bean is not living. The bean is a subset of the plant.
I can't talk to you, bro.
The bean is a subset of the plant.
Bud is part of the plant, right? But it's not living.
The bud. Hold on.
What?
Yes, okay, that's true. Very true. Bud is a part of the plant, but it's not living. Yes.
But it's still.
Actually, no. The bud is the flower, so it is the plant. So that's two different things. That's the same thing.
So
that's like saying the stem.
So the bean, if it's still part of the plant, it's living. So what are you talking about?
No.
No. Yes, it is.
No. When I say in that instance, the bud is the plant. The bean is not the plant. The bean grows from the plant. Is the thing. That's the thing.
The bud grows from the plant. You don't start off with the bud.
The bud is the plant.
You don't start off with the bud. You don't. It grows.
You don't. Doesn't matter what you
don't start off with the bean. Yes, it does. The bean is literally the seed. So your logic is off.
The bean is not the seed. A bean is
okay, I'm thinking of a regular bean. But like off a soybean, bro.
This is kind of a one-sided thing because you have too much to look up. You have too much like back-sided information you can look up on the soybean to prove your claim. I don't have any. So you tofu. Literally have a computer. All I'm doing is disproving your points. I don't have any like claim to anything. All I'm doing is taking the information you give me and saying, "Hey, bro, stack it up against this. It's not the same." I think Cyborg's a vegetarian. I think, isn't he? Or is it Beast Boy's a vegetarian?
Beast Boy's a vegetarian.
Yeah, that's why they be talking about the tofu. This is the same conversation. Okay, cool.
Scoob movie?
Yeah, they just came out with Scooby Doo.
Yeah, I did see that.
They said that shit was good. They said it had like
Scoob.
Yeah, they had references to like old comic characters too, though. It was just like Scooby Doo was like other worlds were like merging and that shit. Mm. But the final point when I was at the cook your ass on the tofu shit was what I was gonna say is you missed the whole mark. The original argument was that they're marketing tofu as a substitute for the meat industry, and they're marketing it as that it's better in the way of health and overall composition. So they're trying to say that it's gonna make you feel better. It's gonna make because you know what I'm saying, it doesn't have all the other bullshit. So they're trying to say the overall composition. So that when they say overall composition, that means the taste, the digestion. You know what I'm saying, how that shit sits in your stomach, all of that. So they're marketing the tofu off as a complete substitute to meat. Like you can take meat out of your life and replace it completely with tofu, and you will feel better than you felt before.
Okay, as vegans, how they feel after they converted to veganism, and see if that's not true.
That's not one thing though. Veganism isn't just taking meat from tofu, is it? I thought that was like a whole spectrum of things. Like
I mean,
is vegan just no meat? Like
vegan is no meat and no cheese, no dairy
But
products.
but if we ask vegans their experience, I bet you more of them will say they don't eat tofu. Like they just don't eat meat. That's the thing. That is the argument. That's the core of the argument because we're trying to say.
Going back to taste though.
No, overall composition. I'm not saying just taste. I'm not signaling taste. It's just, do you eat tofu as a replacement for meat?
It honestly is more. You eat beans in general for a replacement of meat if you're a vegan, and there's other beans because those.
Oh, like to sit on, like fill you up and shit.
Those hold protein more. Legumes, beans.
Yeah.
And legumes. However, soy is a bean, which also holds protein, and you can make it into a patty. I forget what the Impossible Burger is. It might be.
It is beans. It's a black bean burger, I believe.
Yes, but that actually tastes like meat. They actually do something that.
They probably char it off. Say all they do is some smoke composition.
They can go with the Impossible if they wanted to, or they have the soy bean tofu, which there are people that love tofu, bro, because they know how to cook it. It's just different techniques. We're not saying that it's gonna taste way better than meat. That's not what people are saying.
You're focused on taste.
Because
I'm not focused on taste. You're focused on taste.
Because one, it is actually better for you than meat.
That's okay. We're keeping the argument right there because that's what we started.
Nutritionally, it is better for you than meat.
Right, and it will
make you feel better.
What else?
As a mediator.
No, let me get this one point in before you come in. My whole thing is that they cannot market tofu as better, whatever substitute the meat. If they cannot explain to us what made it better, the only thing that you told me was that this is a flower, it was coming from the ground.
I just told you all the nutritional values.
Right, but
the lifelong effects that it gives you.
Yes, but
that should be it.
No, how can we prove these effects if you're telling me
there are tests, there are labs, there are comparisons, there are numbers.
There's all that, but in those same tests and labs, why aren't you showing me how you're pumping that shit with some Clorox or whatever the fuck you're pumping it with that's making this shit last the same amount of time?
We didn't finish the full video if we are being serious.
We didn't, but then it'll probably show that them niggas are pumping this shit with the same additives, the same shit that they're pumping into the meat because it's so commercialized. How are they commercializing it so much? You can't, let's say, I'm about to say you can't harvest at the same.
So we're talking about
you can harvest.
We're talking about additives and preservatives now.
Right.
That's where we're going with it. You're talking about how is it more
That's where it always was. That's where it always was. It was never going nowhere else.
How is it more nutritious if it's potentially having the same additives?
Not potentially. You're telling me that it's supposed to last the same amount of time in the freezer.
Let's look. Preservatives in tofu. In the case of tofu skin, there is often a preservative involved.
Tofu skin. Okay, hold on. So
is tofu healthy or harmful?
No, wait, no, don't click the link. Let me just refresh. There you go. Try to click the link on some bias shit.
It was highlighted.
No, I want to see that bias shit. I want to see this part right here because this is the part we need to focus in on right here. So this says includes calcium sulfate, gypsum. What is that? Delta gluconolactone, GDL. Don't know what that is. Calcium sulfate.
It's an inorganic compound with the formula.
Inorganic is an inorganic compound. It's an inorganic compound. That's all I say.
Desiccant.
All right.
One particular.
I don't know what desiccant means. Maybe a disinfectant or something. Magnesium chloride is the name of a chemical compound. No.
The formula MgCl2 and its various.
I believe it's just some salt. These salts and some salts. Okay. That's not
highly soluble in water. The hydrated magnesium chloride can be extracted from brine or seawater.
Okay, so that's organic. That's organic.
And in
gluconolactone, GDL.
Gluconolactone.
Yeah, you know that's some bullshit. You know that's some bullshit without even looking it up. Nigga already know that's some bullshit.
It's known as a
food additive with E number. What the heck? Okay.
575.
It's used as a sequestrant and an acidifier.
Or a curing, pickling, or a leavening agent.
Pickling, it's trying to get some acid in there.
Curing is any of various food preservation and flavoring process of foods such as meat, fish, and vegetables.
What's that word right there?
food additive.
Food additive, right?
Do you not cure?
They pumping that shit in.
Do you not cure pork?
Acidifier. And inorganic chemicals that put into the human body either produce or become acid.
Cool.
So it's acid.
Let's see how the preservative. I don't know.